We got over-under. So over-under, the Celtics get 60.5 wins this year. I'm going over. I really think they can do it this year.
You think they get 61?
I think they could get 66. I think this team is that dominant where it's not even, they have, like we were looking at earlier, they don't have one guy that can score. Kyrie Irving had, 5 points last time we checked, and he's supposed to be the guy. And I don't think the Celtics really have a guy because there's just so much depth. This team is not about a guy. It's the team. They want the whole team to produce. It doesn't matter who has a big game. It matters if the team has a big game. It just matters if they come out with a win. And that's what this team has been saying all year. And they've asked everyone in the offseason, if it's Tatum, Brown, Kyrie, anyone, saying, oh, well, if your minutes Kyrie's minutes won't go down. But they're saying, well, if your minutes go down, is that going to be a problem? And they all said no. As long as we win, that is all that matters. So the chemistry is unbelievable with this team because they do not care if they're scoring 50 points a game or 6 points a game. I mean, I bet personally they'd care if they're not performing well. But as long as the team is winning and they're doing what they need to do, then that's what matters. And also, they're in the Eastern Conference where they have 76ers, the Raptors. I want to say only the Bucks because of Giannis, but...
All right, so before I rebuttal, I just need to make it known. The man I'm sitting next to right now is currently wearing a Jason Tatum Celtics jersey under a Mookie Betts Red Sox jersey with a Patriots hat on to sit in a booth and do a radio show. I love the energy. I just needed that to be known. Because you came in here flexing with everything, coming in here with your Pats hat and your Pats jersey, or your Pats hoodie on, like you do every single week. Pretty much 90% of what I see you wearing. And sits down and goes, "Oh, yo, dude, look at this!" Rips off his hoodie, and I'm like, "Oh, dope! He's got a Red Sox jersey. Oh, wait a sec, he's got a Celtics shirt." He's all decked out in Boston gear.
Well, I was deciding. I was like, "Well, it's the game opener for the Celtics." Oh, but the Red Sox are playing the playoffs. I was like, what do I do? Just got to do both. Just got to do both.
I respect the jersey game. I respect it. But yeah, I'm also going over 60 and a half wins. I think you're right about getting, I'm saying closer to maybe 61, 62, maybe just over. Rather than how dominant the Celtics are, I just look at how mediocre the rest of the Eastern Conference is.
And I think that both plays in a factor of this just because...
You have a lot of interesting teams, but none that really blow you away.
No.
You got a Toronto team that still has Kyle Lowry, but lost DeRozan and got Kawhi. So I'm interested to see how that dynamic works. You got New York that still has Porzingis, just drafted Kevin Knox. We'll see how they kind of end up. That's an interesting storyline. You got another year of Victor Oladipo in Indiana, who also has Miles Turner, who I think is going to have his breakout year, like I said earlier. A lot of people are interested in Chicago. I don't really see it, but they got a young core that's interesting. And then you got... that's pretty much... Oh, and then you got Milwaukee and Miami. Obviously, you got Giannis in Milwaukee, and Miami kind of has an interesting situation going on, especially if they do end up getting Jimmy Butler. But you don't really look at anybody in the Eastern Conference really being a threat at all, really, except the Sixers. And, if you look at the Celtics matching up against any of these teams, I'm not afraid on any given night of playing any of these people, barring injury. So I could see 60, 65 wins.
Even if there's injury, it's been shown that they can play down players.
Right.
It's just...
If anybody gets hurt, they got a guy to fill the minutes.
Exactly.
If Gordon Hayward, God forbid, gets hurt again, stick Jaylen Brown back in there. He gets more minutes. If Kyrie goes down, we'll work with it with Terry Rozier, and we'll work with it with Marcus Smart. Not saying that's not obviously a downgrade, but it can be managed, and you just got to allocate minutes and scoring opportunities.
There's just so much depth on this team where your star players, they don't have to play till they're fully exhausted. You need a break? We got a guy. We have a solid lead. We're going to throw someone else in there right now who can manage the floor.
Yeah, I think I was looking at it. I'm going to see if I can pull it up again to get more accurate thing, but when I was looking at it, it was halfway through the fourth quarter. I think everybody had played 20 minutes.
The minutes were pretty evened out.
Yeah, you got, with 3 minutes left, you got Al Horford, Kyrie Irving, Jaylen Brown, and Jason Tatum all at upper 20s. You got Gordon Hayward, Terry Rozier, Marcus Smart, and Marcus Morris, all at lower 20s. And then you got Aaron Baines with 19 and Daniel Tice with 3 minutes. So their minutes aren't that crazy. Nobody's playing a 35-minute game. Nobody's playing like a 40-minute game. They're all being relatively,
And this
managed pretty well. And
this is supposed to be up against their biggest competition in the East right now, where they're winning, 92-85? Right.
Say it again? Oh, 96-85.
96-85.
3 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
So they've been holding the lead, except the first quarter. They're holding the lead probably halfway through the second quarter. And this is supposed to be their biggest competition in the East. I don't see anyone touching them in the East.
No. I mean, the Sixers will give them a challenge as we go. There will be games that they get blown out or they lose close games to like random people here or there. But
And it happens.
all in all, Celtics looking pretty darn good.